Hi, friends. It's Reverend Jeffrey from Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, joining you once again for Storytime. And this week, we are reading the book, What Do You Do with an Idea? Written by Kobi Yamada and illustrated by May Bessam. One day, I had an idea. Where did it come from? Why is it here? I wondered. What do you do with an idea? At first, I didn't think much of it. It seemed kind of strange and fragile. I didn't know what to do with it, so I just walked away from it. I acted like it didn't belong to me. See, there's the idea. I'm walking away. But it followed me. I worried what others would think. What would people say about my idea? I kept it to myself. I hid it away, and I didn't talk about it. I tried to act like everything was the same as it was before my idea showed up. See how they're hiding the idea here in the grass? But there was something magical about my idea, I had to admit. I felt better and happier when it was around. Look at the idea. Look how it's grown. Look at the crown. You see the frogs down below? It wanted food. It wanted to play. Actually, it wanted a lot of attention. It grew bigger, and we became friends. Look, I'm carrying the idea in the backpack. I showed it to other people, even though I was afraid what they would say. I was afraid that if people saw it, they would laugh at it. I was afraid that they would think it was silly. And many of them did. They said it was no good. They said it was too weird. They said it was a waste of time and that it would never become anything. And at first, I believed them. I actually thought about giving up on my idea. I almost listened to them. But then I realized, what do they know? This is my idea, I thought. No one else knows it like I do. And it's okay if it's different and weird and maybe even a little crazy. So I decided to protect it, to care for it. I fed it good food. I worked with it. I played with it. But most of all, I gave it my attention. Look, they're playing with the snow and the snowman. My idea grew, and so did my love for it. I built it a new house, one with an open roof where it could look up at the stars, a place where it could be safe to dream. Wow, look at the stars and the sky. I liked being with my idea. It made me feel more alive, like I could do anything. It encouraged me to think big and then to think bigger. It shared its secrets with me. It showed me how to walk on my hands because it said, it is good to have the ability to see things differently. You see, there they are walking on their hands. Everything's upside down. It's a different perspective, isn't it? Seeing things differently. I couldn't imagine my life without it. Then one day, something amazing happened. My idea changed right before my very eyes. It spread its wings, it took flight, and it burst into the sky. Look at it. Bursting into the sky. I don't know how to describe it, but it went from being here to being everywhere. It wasn't just a part of me anymore. It was now a part of everything. My idea was a part of everything. And then I realized what you do with an idea. You change the world. Wasn't that a great story? Didn't you enjoy how the young person in that story had an idea and at first was like, I wonder what this is. I don't know that this is such a good idea. I don't know. Maybe I ought to just let it be, right? And then slowly the idea grew and the idea wanted more attention. And then the young person shared it with friends and they thought, no, that's not a good idea. That's just silly. But yet the idea stayed with the young person. The young person realized, you know what, this is my idea. And so I'm going to move forward with this idea. And then continuing to nurture the idea and feed the idea and being present with the idea grew and expanded. And then all of a sudden, one day, that person's idea became the way everything was. And didn't you love the way that the colors moved kind of like from black and white in the story to then becoming full color at the end of the story? Yeah, it was really wonderful. I have a friend, and I was talking to her the other day. And she was telling me that this has been her experience lately. She's kind of at that point where she's had this really great idea for a really long time. And it's been growing within her. And she got to that stage of sharing that idea with some other people. And those other people weren't very nice. They really didn't appreciate her really good idea and her really interesting way and interesting perspective of seeing things. And they really told her that she was silly and that it was a bad idea. And they even started to call her names. And that's not very nice, is it? Didn't make her feel very good. And so she, like the person here in the story, she too thought that maybe she'd just give up on the idea, that maybe she'd just walk away and not let the idea come to fruition. And that made her really, really sad. And so then she reached out to a friend and she talked to her friend. And her friend encouraged her and said, don't give up on your idea. Your idea is a really great idea. And so she listened. She thought about it some more. And now her idea has expanded even more, and her idea is continuing to expand, and things are beginning to change, just like there before the end of the story, where everybody understands that this is a fantastic idea. And not only is it a fantastic idea, but it's a new way of being. It's a new way of living and a new way of expressing not only herself, but everybody has this new idea for this and this new expression and this new way of being. So I invite you, if you have a wonderful idea, no matter how small it is, go ahead and begin thinking about it and feeding it and nurturing it and continue to play with it and get different perspectives on it. And as you do, what we know is that it's going to continue to expand. The more you make friends with this idea, it's going to continue to expand. And then all of a sudden, that idea will be a benefit for everybody. So keep the ideas coming, keep the ideas alive. I look forward to you sharing with us what your big ideas are. You can also do that at website at riversidecsl.org. I look forward to seeing it. See you soon.